Hello there, and welcome to Obi-Wan Kenobi Never Cut Himself Off from the Force, Part 2. On the surface, Luke Skywalker still appears to be a farm boy, but behind closed doors, he's anything but ordinary. Under the guidance of both Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda, his training is intense, structured, and deeply spiritual. He trains daily in lightsaber combat with Obi-Wan, who teaches with unmatched precision and calm. Yoda focuses on his connection to the Force, meditation, clarity, and confronting inner darkness. Obi-Wan and Yoda speak often about Luke's growth. Yoda remains cautious. Obi-Wan, while more hopeful, constantly fears repeating the past. Luke, for his part, is headstrong but patient, a hybrid of Anakin's raw drive and Padme's poise. Obi-Wan meditates often, and in the stillness of the Force, visions trouble him. Flashes of a darkened throne, flames, a mechanical breath, and a masked figure standing beside a shadow, but it's not clear who's being consumed, Luke or Vader. He speaks with the spirit of Qui-Gon Jinn, who urges him, "The future is always in motion, Obi-Wan," but the Force surrounds Luke like it once surrounded Anakin, and that is both hope and danger. Obi-Wan and Yoda realize the time to remain hidden is ending. The galaxy needs the Jedi again. The rebellion grows stronger, but without Jedi guidance, it lacks the edge to win. Meanwhile on Alderaan, Leia Organa, bold, sharp-witted, and courageous, is following her own path. Bail Organa, knowing that she is Force-sensitive, allows her to train in secret with Ahsoka Tano, who remains in the shadows, guiding her gently. Leia doesn't yet wield a saber, but her awareness, intuition, and influence are rapidly growing. Ahsoka warns Bail, if the Emperor discovers what she's becoming, it won't be Vader he sends, it will be himself. The Empire is spreading fear, but the cracks are beginning to show. Rebel cells across the galaxy, many inspired by Leia's leadership and Obi-Wan's early actions, are growing more organized. Palpatine senses this disturbance and becomes restless. Vader, still torn inwardly, has become increasingly obsessed with the unknown Jedi presence in the Outer Rim, especially Tatooine. He's been there before. Someone lingers. Palpatine commands, "You will go, and finish what you failed to do on Mustafar. If Kenobi lives, end him." Leia, now a skilled politician and secret operative for the rebellion, is sent on a mission to secure vital intelligence from a rebel cell under siege in the Mid-Rim. Ahsoka accompanies her from the shadows, not as a warrior, but as a guardian. The intel reveals something shocking. The Empire is constructing a weapon unlike anything seen before. Though incomplete, its scale is planetary. The Death Star project has begun, and the Empire is preparing to crush the rebellion once and for all. While Leia handles diplomacy and tactics, Ahsoka feels the Force stirring violently. She senses someone watching, a presence from her past. Vader is circling, though he doesn't yet know Leia's full identity. He's begun tracking her movements. Ahsoka warns Bail and Mon Mothma, "We can't keep running. The Jedi must act, and soon." Ahsoka contacts Obi-Wan for the first time in years. Their reunion is emotional, powerful, and full of respect. Obi-Wan is glad to see her alive, and surprised by her quieter strength. They meet in secret on Tatooine, where Luke, now older and more capable, meets Ahsoka. There's mutual curiosity and admiration. Luke senses her sorrow and her resolve. Ahsoka kneels before Yoda. "I am no Jedi, but I am ready to fight again." Yoda replies, "Then Jedi or not, fight you will." The rebels begin gathering their forces. With the Death Star plans looming and the Jedi stepping forward, a bold mission is proposed. Strike early, hit the facility while it's still under construction. The Jedi agree to assist, but someone needs to draw the Empire's attention away. Meanwhile, in the Outer Rim, Han Solo and Chewbacca are still operating on the fringes. Smugglers, thrill-seekers, and definitely not interested in galactic politics. But things have changed. Jobs are drying up, the Empire is cracking down, and one of their smuggling runs puts them right in the middle of a rebel supply line ambush. Leia is there, not as a princess, but as a commander. She recognizes Han from a past encounter and sees potential. She recruits him reluctantly. Han resists at first, but Leia's sharp tongue and obvious courage wear him down. "You don't strike me as the cause type," Leia says. "Yeah, well, you don't strike me as a soldier," Han fires back. But here we are. Chewbacca, more attuned than he lets on, senses something deeper in the rebellion, especially when he meets Obi-Wan and Yoda. He bows in respect. It's revealed that he had fought beside Yoda during the Clone Wars. Their reunion is quiet, but meaningful. Yoda tells Chewbacca, "Fought before, you have. Fight again, you must." As the Jedi prepare their strike on the secret Imperial facility, Leia proposes a two-pronged approach. Obi-Wan, Ahsoka and Luke will lead the covert infiltration to sabotage the core systems and extract the captured rebel engineer. Han and Chewbacca will stage a bold, noisy diversion, drawing attention, stormtroopers and even Vader himself away from the true objective. Han laughs. "You want me to be the bait? Great." But secretly, he likes the thrill, and he likes Leia even more. This mission marks the beginning of Han and Leia's dynamic, clashing ideals, sarcastic wit, and the slow formation of a powerful bond. Leia senses there is good in him. Han begins to care, despite himself. Obi-Wan quietly watches them interact and says to Ahsoka, "Some things are stronger than the Force." The Jedi, Obi-Wan, Yoda, Ahsoka, and now a rapidly advancing Luke set their sights on an Imperial science facility located on a remote volcanic moon. Intelligence from Bail Organa and Leia reveals the Empire is developing a new form of Force suppression technology, using kyber crystal fragments and knowledge stolen from the old Jedi archives. Worse, a captured rebel engineer is being used to complete it. This mission isn't just rescue, it's sabotage. If the Empire succeeds, Jedi across the galaxy could be vulnerable. The Jedi team infiltrates from the shadows, gliders, cloaking fields, and the Force as their ally. Simultaneously, Han and Chewbacca lead a loud approach, blasting through outer defenses in a stolen Imperial transport. The noise draws out stormtrooper battalions, TIE fighters, and even an Inquisitor, a powerful one, who had been placed in charge of the facility. "Didn't think I'd get to be here today," Han mutters. Chewie growls back, with a touch of pride. Obi-Wan and Ahsoka encounter the Inquisitor deep within the facility. He's skilled, cruel, and precise, but not prepared for the combined assault of two fully trained Jedi Masters. The duel is fierce, with Force blasts shaking the chamber. The Inquisitor taunts Obi-Wan. "You're not the Jedi you once were." "You're right," Obi-Wan answers calmly. "I'm stronger." They overwhelm him, not through brute strength, but calm unity. Ahsoka disarms him. Obi-Wan finishes it without killing him, simply rendering him unconscious. While the Masters fight, Luke is tasked with reaching the engineer and disabling the facility's core systems. Along the way, he's confronted by a squad of troopers and has no choice but to ignite his father's lightsaber. For the first time, Luke fights as a Jedi. He's unpolished, but powerful. His instincts shine, guided by his training with Obi-Wan and Yoda. He taps into the Force, not for power, but clarity. He saves the engineer and destroys the power grid just in time. As the facility collapses, the Jedi, Luke, and the engineer escape through the tunnels, while Han and Chewie fly cover in the Falcon, blasting through the last TIE fighters. Leia meets them at the rendezvous point. She runs to Luke and embraces him. For the first time, they all stand together. Leia, Luke, Han, Chewie, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, and Yoda. Obi-Wan looks at the sky. The tide is turning. Back on Yavin 4, Luke enters a deep meditative trance under Yoda's guidance. He's grown quickly, not recklessly, but through purpose and discipline. However, the Force has something to show him. In his vision, he walks alone through a crumbling Jedi temple. He sees a man in black robes, half-machine figure, filled with pain. It's Vader, but not just Vader. Luke sees flashes of Anakin, as a boy, as a Jedi, and as a broken man on Mustafar. He hears voices. He is still your father, but the darkness is not him alone. Luke awakens, shaken. Yoda and Obi-Wan exchange concerned looks. Obi-Wan, the Force is warning him. Yoda, not warning, calling. Meanwhile, Darth Vader senses something strange. A tremor in the Force he hasn't felt in years. Not Obi-Wan, not Ahsoka. Luke. He meditates in his private chamber, haunted by the brief but powerful connection. He's alive. My son. But instead of anger, Vader feels confusion, pain, a whisper of hope buried under rage. He contacts Sidious, but lies to him, claiming he sensed only remnants of Kenobi. Palpatine, however, is not fooled. He begins to suspect Vader's loyalty may fracture. The Sith Lord tightens his grip on the Empire, ordering a fleet to patrol near the Outer Rim, near Yavin, where he suspects something is brewing. Leia, now fully fledged rebel leader, begins uniting more systems to their cause. Inspired by the Jedi's return and Luke's bravery, she speaks to the Senate in exile. The Empire's time is ending, not because we have more ships, but because we finally have hope. She and Han begin working closely, bickering, flirting, bonding, but Leia's heart is also troubled. She senses something dark in her dreams, though she cannot explain it. Yoda and Obi-Wan walk together one final time on the moon of Yavin. Yoda, clouded the future still is, but clearer Luke's path becomes. Obi-Wan, he's not like Anakin. Yoda, no, but his shadow is. They both sense it. The final confrontation is drawing near. The threads of destiny are twisted, and Luke will soon face his greatest test. On the Yavin 4, the Rebel Alliance is buzzing with activity. Leia and Han coordinate with Rebel commanders to strengthen their forces. They know the Empire is watching, waiting to strike back harder. Ahsoka arrives discreetly, bringing intelligence of increased Imperial patrols and new Sith activity rumored near Coruscant. Ahsoka. The dark side grows restless. Sidious prepares for something dangerous. Leia trusts Ahsoka implicitly. The three of them, Leia, Han and Ahsoka, form a tight circle, planning to protect the Jedi and the Rebellion. Obi-Wan and Yoda reach out to surviving Jedi and Force-sensitive allies scatter across the galaxy. Some, like Kanan Jarrus and Ezra Bridger, respond. Together they form a new Jedi Council, not bound by old dogma but guided by balance. Obi-Wan trains Luke and Leia side by side, focusing on harmony between strength and compassion. In the depths of the Executor, Vader wrestles with his loyalty. Sidious grows impatient, pressing Vader to crush the rebellion and destroy Luke. But Vader's moments with Obi-Wan's teachings and glimpses of Anakin's past spark doubt. Vader, quietly. The boy, he could bring balance, or destruction. He begins secretly gathering his own allies among the Imperial ranks, quietly preparing for a choice that could change everything. Sidious unleashes his last gambit, a super weapon under construction on a remote planet, more terrifying than the Death Star. He intends on crushing the rebellion and Jedi in one devastating strike. But Obi-Wan and Yoda discover the plot through the Force visions. Yoda. Darkness falls, but light strikes true. They prepare to confront Sidious, and the final battle draws near. The new Jedi Council, led by Obi-Wan, Yoda, Luke and Leia, join forces with the Rebel fleet assembled near the Supernova's construction site. Han and Chewbacca lead a daring infiltration team, creating chaos and distractions to allow the Jedi to penetrate Imperial defenses. Leia coordinates Rebel fighters, inspiring hope and courage despite the overwhelming odds. Obi-Wan and Yoda face off against Darth Sidious in a battle that shakes the very foundation of the super weapon station. Their combined mastery of the Force challenges the Sith's dark power like never before. Luke and Leia, side by side, confront Vader, who now stands at a crossroads between his past and his present. As the battle rages, Vader confronts his own inner conflict. Memories of Anakin, Obi-Wan's teachings, and the love for his children pierce the darkness. In a pivotal moment, Vader turns against Sidious, helping the Jedi to overcome the Sith Lord once and for all. The super weapon is destroyed before it can be fully activated. The Empire's grip on the galaxy falters as news of Sidious's fall spreads. But victory comes at a cost. Many brave Rebel soldiers and Jedi fall in battle, their sacrifice paving the way for a new hope. Han and Chewbacca survive, their bond with the Jedi and rebellion stronger than ever. With Sidious defeated and the Empire weakened, the galaxy begins to heal. The Jedi Order is reborn, grounded in balance and compassion, led by Obi-Wan, Yoda, Luke, and Leia. The rebellion transforms into a new, true alliance for peace, with heroes old and new standing together. With the Sith defeated and the Empire's power shattered, the Jedi Order and the Republic begin to rebuild. This time with a new vision. Guided by Obi-Wan, Yoda, Luke and Leia, the Order embraces balance, compassion and understanding, moving beyond old dogmas that once blinded them. The Republic reforms into a true democracy with representatives from all systems working together for peace and justice. Luke and Leia, united not just as siblings, but as leaders of the new Jedi and the new Republic, vow to protect the galaxy from darkness without repeating the mistakes of the past. Their training continues, not just in lightsaber combat or Force mastery, but in diplomacy, empathy, and hope. Han Solo and Chewbacca become legendary heroes, not just as rebel leaders, but as symbols of loyalty and courage. They continue to fight for freedom, now alongside the Jedi, bridging the gap between the Force and the people of the galaxy. Across the stars, systems begin to heal, former enemies lay down arms, children grow up without fear of war, the Force flows freely again, balanced and bright. Obi-Wan, Yoda, Luke, Leia, Han, and Chewbacca stand together on a peaceful hillside, overlooking a twin sunset, echoing the beginning, but now filled with hope. Obi-Wan speaks softly. The darkness never truly ruled. It was always choice, balance, and love that will guide us. Luke smiles at his sister. Leia nods, confident. Han wraps an arm around Chewbacca, both ready for whatever comes next. The camera pulls back. the stars shining brighter than ever, signaling the dawn of a new galactic age. Obi-Wan, voice calm yet resolute, as he looks out at the twin suns. The Force is not the light, nor the dark. It is the breath of the galaxy itself, a balance between all things. We were broken by fear, by hatred, by loss, but today we chose a different path, a path where love guides our strength, where hope fuels our courage, and where unity binds us as one. The shadows will always come, but so will the light. And as long as we stand together, Jedi, rebels, and all who believe in peace, the darkness will never win. This is our time, the dawn of a new legacy, not forged by war, but by the promise of what we can become. And that is it for What If Obi-Wan Kenobi Had Never Cut Himself Off from the Force Part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this What If, make sure to subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. Once we do, we're going to do a face reveal on the channel. I'd appreciate if you guys liked, shared this video with anybody that you think would enjoy it, and of course, turn your notifications on. We do post a Star Wars What If every single Sunday and Thursday every single week. Also, comment down below what you thought, your opinion on this What If, what you thought, and really, any comments I do appreciate, even suggestions for what ifs for you guys. This was of course a part 2. I love part 1 and I love part 2 just as much. Part 2 was a little shorter, and yeah, before we do leave though, make sure to join our Discord server. The link is in the description, and if you want to support the channel and get exclusive perks, consider joining our Patreon. Links in the description. Thank you very much for watching. This is the way, and may the Force be with you. Until then, I will see you next time. Hey, you didn't watch it? Well, check out the video on the left side of the screen, which is specifically recommended for you, or check out the playlist on the right of the screen, which contains similar videos to this one, made by me, of course. Hey, remember, subscribe.